All hell is breaking loose in Minnesota as cell phone footage has surfaced showing what transpired before the ICE Gestapo, the SS, the officer by the name of Jonathan Ross, executed in cold blood Renee Nicole Good in South Minneapolis. This cell phone footage appears to be taken from Jonathan Ross's phone. So how scared was this guy if he was recording her in the first place? She says, "I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm not even mad at you, bro." She was just trying to drive away from him. She turned her wheel very slowly as he was recording her with his cell phone. That's where this footage happens. And then he shoots her at point blank range multiple times, a cold-blooded execution. And then, I hate to curse on this network, but then he says, "fucking bitch," after he shoots her and executes her. So what we have is the footage of what transpired right before the shooting takes place, so you can see for yourself. Then I want to show you what's been taking place across Minneapolis, as brought to you by Status Coup News, who we've been partnering with to bring you these exclusive footage. So first, let me play you this footage right here. Here, play this clip.
I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car. Oh! Fucking bitch.
The cover-up continues also as Trump's Gestapo and Trump's FBI claims that they're taking over the investigation, refusing to share evidence with local law enforcement to further cover up the cold-blooded murder. And folks, we have exclusive footage brought to you by the great folks, the courageous folks at Status Coup about what's been going down. You're not seeing this footage anywhere else other than here and Status Coup, who we've been working with on the ground. They've got reporters there. Let's show you what went down as ICE agents are using chemical agents on people, engaging in chemical warfare in Minneapolis. Let's play this clip. Then chaos ensues as ICE agents tackle and drag Minneapolis protesters in front of a federal building in the aftermath of the murder of Renee Nicole Good. Play this clip.
Fuck ICE! Fuck ICE! Oh shit! Oh shit! Hey, what the fuck did this guy do? Hey, what the fuck did this guy do? Hey, he didn't do shit! Back up! Back up! Back up! Get the fuck back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Hey, what's he saying? Get back! Hey, that dude didn't do shit! Hey, we got to understand. Somebody got to get that studio. He didn't do shit! What the fuck? You're a bitch, man! You're a fucking bitch!
You got no right to put your hands on anyone! No right!
Fucking bitches! All of you!
Do something! Start another fucking movement! Give us a
No fucking reason for this dude. I ain't near you, bro. I'm not near you. Don't put your hands on me, bro. I ain't doing all that shit. Hey, what's your name?
Wow. ICE agents push, drag, and tear gas Minneapolis protesters. Let's play this one.
to the other side there. The road. Get back You're good, you're good. All right.
Ice, go home! Ice!
Fucking real tough guy, man. You're a real fucking tough guy. Fucking
In connection with one of the federal court cases against the Border Patrol and ICE in Illinois, a federal judge, in cross-examining some of the witnesses, also was able to show that, like, in the entire history of, like, I think it was the Chicago PD, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be like Chicago PD, they're great. Look, these police departments have their issues, but they never use these chemical agents like once over like a 30-year period. And on a daily basis, you see these ICE Gestapo using this chemical warfare against people. I mean, chemical warfare on the streets of the United States of America. Take a look at this protester captured by Status Coup News on camera right here, screaming at ICE agents as they point guns at her face. Here, play this clip.
I didn't touch you! I didn't touch you! You guys are evil ass motherfuckers! Evil! Where's the fucking humanity? You want another minute? Why are you waiting to fucking shoot your face? You didn't touch you! Get the fuck up off our people! Stop killing us! Stop fucking killing us! How about that? Fuck!
No one is doing shit. Don't let these motherfuckers lie.
Nobody has touched you. Right. No one has. You guys are evil motherfuckers. You were called to stand here with us. You should be marching with us.
Here's another Minneapolis ICE protester scolding the line of ICE agents. This was also caught on camera, as all this footage was, by the great folks at Status Coup. Here, play this clip.
Murdering a mother of a 6-year-old child, you're in the wrong place in your soul. God help you. God help you. Every one of us has to look at what the choices we make in this world. We have to look at the decisions we make. No amount of money is worth what happened. No amount of money is worth taking fathers away from their families so they can't work. No amount of money is worth that. It's walk away. You can walk away. You don't have to do this.
So can you, ma'am.
You really don't have to do this.
Have a good day.
You don't have to do it. Everybody has to follow their own conscience. Everyone has to follow their conscience. Everyone has to do what's right in front of their God, in front of their soul, in front of themselves. That's what you have to do. You have to grapple with the fact that a 37-year-old mother was murdered by ICE yesterday in cold blood. She left a 6-year-old son. Her son's named Emerson. Emerson does not have a mother today. Emerson doesn't have a mother today because one of you murdered a woman in cold blood yesterday. Emerson does not have a mother today. Don't smirk at me, man. Don't smirk at me. I can see the smirk behind that. Don't smirk. The death of a woman is not a smirkable thing.
Then in the evening hours, as protests continue to break out, a car ran over a protester in Minneapolis as protesters march in the rain against ICE after the murder of Renee Nicole Good. Let's play it.
Who voted for Trump, and they completely disown that. They don't believe in that anymore. The Republican Party.
Whoa. Seeing. Whoa! Just watched a car nearly run over a protester. Maybe they did hit the protester. We're seeing some of the protesters chase down that car.
Then you had protesters shouting, F ICE, F ICE, F ICE. Let's play it.
As they continue to chant, fuck ICE.
JT, just check the live, make sure we're good.
Yeah.
On your phone.
Oh, the signal's still good?
Then notably, you had this individual who was spewing anti-migrant rhetoric, hateful rhetoric, screaming at the protesters, seemed to be protected by the ICE agents, that they were surrounding and protecting this guy like he was their buddy as he spewed venom and hate and, in my opinion, racism towards the migrants. And he also seemed to be doing like QAnon stuff. The storm is here. And he seemed to be like part of the crew with these ICE Gestapo, with these people. Here, play this clip.
Surrender. These people will not continue to intimidate us in our country. The storm is here. When we come one, we go all. No one can stop what is coming. Get here, guys. We need you in Minnesota. These people are fucking terrorists. These people are terrorists. They hate our country. They hate everything we stand for.
Who's we?
What do you mean? The people that are watching.
What do you stand for? Unless you're Native American.
What do you stand for?
So I want to bring in one of those reporters now from Status Coup News. You've seen him on here before on the MeidasTouch network, JT Cestkowski. Great to see you, JT. Some of the other footage we showed was captured by John Farina. Some of the evening shots were you. Shout out to John Farina and the great work he's doing. Shout out to Status Coup in general. And before you and I get into this, I just want to tell everybody, make sure you subscribe to Status Coup on Substack. Help them grow their YouTube channel. They are bringing you exclusive footage you're not seeing anywhere else. And let me just say, as one of the co-founders of MeidasTouch, it's been an honor to work with Status Coup. They are the real deal. And make sure you subscribe on their YouTube channel and their Substack. This is the exact type of independent media company we should all be supporting. So with that, JT, you've been embedded in these protests, and you and I spoke about the last major ICE invasion surge when you were taping. Are you seeing differences? How do you describe the scene about what you're observing now?
I have to say that what is happening in Minneapolis is depressingly similar to what we documented for the 2 months that we were on the ground in Chicago. We were on the ground in Chicago for 2 months. Then we were following ICE as and Border Patrol as they ramped up operations in Charlotte. And then we've come here to Minneapolis, where we've been on the ground nearly continuously for the last month or so. This story, the crackdown that's happening here in the city stretches back before the murder of Renee Nicole Good. But the similarities are what is so disheartening to me. You're watching the same patterns play out here in Minneapolis that you saw in Chicago. Because in Chicago, we watched immigration agents shoot 2 people there, killed 1, left another woman with 7 bullet holes. And now it's playing out again in Minneapolis, where the Trump administration picks a blue city of the month to crack down on and to immiserate the residents who live there, to terrify the immigrant populations, or really any person of color, and come in and ramp up the pressure, especially Border Patrol. There's a difference between ICE agents and Border Patrol agents, and Border Patrol really seems to bring a new level of pain to these communities wherever it is sent. You see much more of the cowboy tactics, and it's the first day that Border Patrol was on the ground here in Minneapolis when Renee Nicole Good was murdered. Murdered by an ICE agent, to be sure, but murdered on this first day of a 1-month further ramp up in the deployment of Trump administration goons here in the Twin Cities area.
You know, and it seems with the Trump regime's immediate response to a video that we all saw, which was a murder in cold blood. We saw the video. There's no way to spin that video, other than the police escalate. I mean, the ICE agents escalated, and then they shot in cold blood a very scared individual, didn't know what to do in a situation like that. But the fact that the Trump regime immediately labels her domestic terrorist, and using that language also, and that these are leftists who need to be stopped, or what, to me, it's also sending a message, to this, this paramilitary force. I mean, we talk about the colectivos in Venezuela. These are like American paramilitary that are now getting the orders. Got it. If what happened with Good is going to be defended by this Trump regime, and they're going to say, we're okay with that, we have free reign to do anything that we want here. And it almost feels like there's that signal that's being sent as well. And again, just seeing the presence of those people there, they're dressed up as the military. Like, that's the thing that, like, those people are ICE and you know, it's hard to tell the difference sometimes between ICE and Border Patrol with the masks, but they're dressed up in their military gear like they're invading. I mean, that's the look and the, you know, against the America. I don't know how else to describe it.
There was a moment when we were on the ground in Chicago where some of the protesters were coming up to me telling me that National Guard troops had been deployed to Chicago before they ever actually had been, just because people were confusing the militarized look of these Department of Homeland Security agents and the level of equipment that they are being outfitted with by the federal government, that they look nearly indistinguishable from soldiers when they're wearing, you know, the same camouflage fatigues, the same vestments, carrying a lot of the same weapons. A lot of them will carry long guns, etc. So it's an unfortunate reality. I mean, when you hear about the way that ICE's budget in particular has been inflated now by the Republican Congress and Trump pushing the one big beautiful bill that ended up, you know, in dramatically increasing ICE's budget. A lot of that budget too has gone to further purchasing munitions for these agents to use. So when you see like some of the clips that you played of some of the stuff that we've gathered of just the willy-nilly deploying of tear gas, of pepper spray, pepper balls, and unfortunately bullets against people, peaceful people here in Minneapolis, a lot of that is just due to the fact that we are, and when I say we, I mean, I'm talking about Americans because it's our tax dollars that are paying for it. We are outfitting these agents with these weapons, and if you got it, use it. It seems to be the mentality. I was just talking to a friend of mine today who has some right-leaning tendencies, reached out to me because the shooting kind of broke through to him that maybe what ICE is doing is not good, reached out to me and asked if it was just a few bad apples. And I had to tell him that the number one takeaway that I had from being on the ground now for the last many months, covering these operations in these cities, is just how undertrained or willfully these agents are inducing this violence, just seemingly for the sake of it, or just because they don't know how to de-escalate a situation. They create the siege mentality within themselves in the way that they carry out these operations. They escalate and then they deploy the force.
I know that you don't like when I center stories around you, the reporter, because it's your lens. But I have to just ask you, how are you doing and just your day there? I mean, you and John have been going back and forth, 18 hours straight, like no sleep. Like, just, can you talk through and again, I know you prefer just to do it and you don't see it this way, but just talk to us about like what your day's like. I just want people to know what the work you're doing, because I think it's important to know why I have so much respect for Status Coup.
We wake up every morning. We'll sleep as long as we possibly can, because it can be hard to come by when you are in the field, especially for weeks upon weeks. And we wake up. There's generally John and I will give ourselves a few minutes to put ourselves together in the morning, take a shower. And then we are immediately, we hit the pavement. It's shoe leather journalism. We are out there all day. We'll start, like this morning started for John outside of the Whipple building. That's the federal building here where ICE is basing a lot of their operations. That's where you played a lot of those daylight clips that you saw of the protesters directly confronting immigration agents. You could be live out there for several hours. Then maybe you you'll once that situation wraps up, you'll be out following up leads in the community about where ICE is maybe conducting some of its raids. You might be live at an ICE raid as John was at one point and nearly gave himself frostbite on his fingers because it was sub-zero wind chill, as ICE was attempting to freeze out some people who were trying to take refuge inside of a construction site. might be there for several hours. Then you might be in the hospital getting your fingers looked at, as John was. You might be getting tear gassed, as John and I both have been now, by Border Patrol. Happened again these last couple of days to us. And then you'll be out at protests in the rain through the night. There have been days where I don't eat until, I get back to the hotel at the end of the night. And now I'm doing this interview. I very much, I don't want to say I look forward to it being over, because I do enjoy talking to you, Ben, but I get to eat as soon as this interview is done for the day. And then we crash and do it all again the next day and the next day and the next day. And we stay on the ground with these stories for as long as need be. We don't like just the parachute in type of journalism where you come in for a day, tell a story, and leave. We believe that if we commit ourselves to a story, we should be on it for a long time. We should continue to follow up on all of the different types of pain that are being inflicted on these communities by this administration, to show the ramp up. Because like I said, before the murder of Renee Good, there is a whole month of operations that we documented here, of a pregnant woman being dragged across the ground by ICE agents, of these of people being frozen out by ICE at a construction site in sub-zero temperatures, and of a gentleman who was himself stalked by ICE because he had the temerity to follow them and document their operations. And we bring the story after story after story to show that it's not just a few bad apples, that this is a systemic problem.
Well, I'll send my best to John. We all send our best to you and the whole crew at Status Coup. And I hope the Meidas audience, you've known, because you've seen a lot of our posts now and videos, that we collab, and we've always figure out ways to work together. But I have just the highest respect for what Status Coup is doing, and the fact that we at MeidasTouch have been fortunate enough to build this massive platform, and the trust of this broad community of 6 million here on YouTube and millions across other platforms. It's so important for me when I give a endorsement of someone, I mean it. And Status Coup is the real deal. And so everybody subscribe to their YouTube channel. Like, let's get their channel quickly in the millions of subscribers. Subscribe to their Substack. Just go on Substack and search Status Coup, STATUSCOUP. And thanks for all the work you do, JT. And go eat.
Thank you, Ben. But before I do just want to say one thing for folks as well. So while subscribing is great and growing our audience is fantastic, this work that we do is incredibly expensive to live on the ground in these places for as long as we do. That's time away from our families. We're spending $10,000 a month outside of the salaries that Status Coup needs to pay us to be here. Like, that is just for hotel where John and I sleep at the end of these very long days, to be able to afford a meal to shovel into our faces in the few minutes that we do get, to be able to replace broken parts of our camera equipment as we go, to be able to afford the medical bills that we generate from being out here and reporting on these stories. So we ask people, we don't take any sort of sponsorships. We want to be beholden only to our audience, but that leaves us in a financially precarious position. So if you want to help keep us independent, if you could, go to statuscoup.com/join. For those $5 a month, you go to sustain what we do here.
Absolutely. Make sure you do that. Thank you so much, JT.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate the time.
And everybody, hit subscribe here. Let's get to 6 million here.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Cestkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.